The Petrolhead Life, presented by Joe Marv Pictures.
Welcome to yet another episode of the Petrolhead Life by Fethu. So today's video, I've decided to give it a title of what to consider when buying a car, a second-hand car, especially by Fethu. A lot of people prefer buying second-hand cars. Let's say someone is in varsity, someone just got into varsity, got like a new job, but needs to buy themselves a car, because that's what everyone prefers. So as for me, that's the plan. I'm going to buy myself a second-hand car, because what I believe in is that you should go through those struggles of an old car, of a second-hand car, guys. You know, those cars that are well known of giving you guys problems and stuff. But guys, first of all, before I continue with this video, I would like to say thank you to my boy Omata Omuilwa for sponsoring me with the studio, guys. He gave me his Lightroom, so he allowed me to use his Lightroom for the video, you guys. So I'm still preparing mine at the house, so don't worry, guys. But for the meantime, that's my boy's studio, guys. So shout out to you, my boy. I'll leave his channel's link down below the description, even though he hasn't uploaded a video yet, but soon, by Fethu, soon. If you have been following my videos, this guy does he has decided to start a channel about cameras, how to take pictures, how to use your camera, by Fethu. So by Fethu, I'm gonna leave the link below so that you guys can subscribe and ring the bell, so that once he uploads his video, you guys will be able to follow up with his content. Before we start, we're going to talk about two type of cars. As people, we talk about what you call local cars and what you call Japanese or Singapore imports. Before, I'm going to start off with the local cars. Local cars are those cars that we believe they are OGs. Those cars that we believe that are OGs, by Fethu. And then so those cars from Singapore, Japan, we believe they are fakes. But guys, by the end of this video, you guys will be understanding what that means, what our cars here, the cars we drive here from Botswana, that we call local cars, mean, and those cars from Singapore and Japan mean. So guys, what I'm going to start is that first question is, what to look for when buying a second-hand car, especially a local. So this one is going to start off with the local car, which is first thing that you guys should you're gonna come across before, like when you look at the car that you find attractive. So the color condition, by Fethu, is if the color condition isn't in a good condition, by Fethu, I'm sorry. Is it looking good? What you should make sure that you should make sure it's hundreds. It's your color condition, by Fethu, because color conditions, colors are the image of the car, by Fethu. Like my race is my image. You know, it's cars got its own races, but color conditions are the best thing you should consider when buying, especially the ones that you love, because these cars, we just want these cars to look good. And then I give you second thing that you should do is that you should consider the interior, to look at the interior, how the interior is. Some cars use leather inside. Maybe the interior is whack, or the dashboard, the seats and stuff. That's one thing you should consider and see if it's worth it. It's worth your money, by Fethu. And then the service record, history. Service record or history. Most of those cars, they have motor plans. What you call motor plans. Motor plans is kind of like a warranty stuff where you just go back to your dealership, you can service for free. That's what I had Bafethu. You can service for free, but other expenses you end up paying for them. So like it depends. Some cars say your warranty goes up to your warranty. It has a warranty. The factory warranty that goes to, most of the time I see the highest I've seen is 50,000 kilometers. And then when it comes to motor plans, it goes around to 150,000 kilometers to 200. Some go up to 250. But yeah, it depends on the garage, because these cars, when you most of people like preferring to walk into Naledi Motors, which is a Mercedes dealer in Botswana, and Gaps, and then Lesedi Motors, which is a Land Rover dealer, Capital Motors, which is a BMW motor dealer, BMW dealer, and then Barloworld, which is a Ford, Volvo, Volkswagen, Audi dealerships. So Bafethu, those they give you warranties, motor plans, which is a good thing. And Bafethu, one thing before I forget, don't forget to insure the car. And then we continue. You check up with the tire conditions. This is one thing that people always forget to check out. Bafethu, tires are very important. Tires can save our lives. And then the thing that made me do this content is that the mileage. Check up with the mileage, Bafethu. Check up with the mileage. I started this, I made this video because I'm kind of like experiencing the same thing. What the Mac. We bought the car 11 months back. 11 months back? No, it's not 11. It's July, right? It will be its first year on the 17th, around the 17th, guys. Since we have bought the car. So guys, since the car has stopped running at around March, and we calculate from last year July to March, we have driven it for, it has been on the road for 7 months now. So sorry, I said it has been on the road for 7 months. So for the 7 months that the car has been on the road, is that we have done more than 20, is either between 28,000 kilometers and 25,000 kilometers, between those ranges, Bafethu. But for me, it is too much for a car, Bafethu. It's too much for one to be driving like a car, like to in a period of 7 months. It's not, it doesn't even have a year, but it already has clocked 25,000 kilometers. So that one thing I advise you guys is that buy at least one or two additional cars that you can use, so that you can reserve the mileage. Because when you come, the cars, most of the cars that loses value because of that mileage was the Mercedes, BMWs, those luxurious cars, you know, guys, VWs, you know, those end cars, Bafethu. Those cars that are still in the market. So for a car for our Benz, it's still in the market. People still want it. So we should maintain the mileage, because it's slowly but surely it's losing its value, because the car's value is, the car gains its value because of its mileage. So that's one thing that's why I'm telling you guys that you should consider your mileage. You should look at your mileage. Most of those cars, people tend to sell them when they reach 95,000 kilometers. But for a second-hand car, you can buy between 50. The cars that I know that are reasonable is 50 to 100,000 kilometers. So yeah, guys, you should consider. That's one important thing in your car, Bafethu. So yeah, and then hygiene of the car. If the car is clean, the car should be clean, or else or you can just take it to your car wash, or any car wash in that hood, those car wash that you feel that they know how to do their jobs. And then the cars that I really recommend, that are locals, because here we're talking about locals, right? Polo Vivo, which you can get it in Barloworld, Ford Figo, Ford Fiesta, and a Chevrolet Spark, which you can buy it in Isuzu, Delta, the Delta Holdings and Gaps. And then mini, what I call them minivans, those Bakinya, those small Bakis that I know that the fuel is it's good. They use fuel in a reasonable way. It's a Chevy utility, Ford Bantam, and a Caddy. It depends. We have those old school caddies, you know, those old school caddies that you can buy from people. Most of the people can buy them in South Africa. And then those caddies, that the new style caddies that we buy from Barloworld. So we move then to those Japanese Singapore cars, those import cars. The cars I recommend is a Vitz, Wish, Demio, or Fit, because those cars are the cars that I'm recommending you to guys are the cars that the fuel is they don't use much of that fuel. You can use them around gaps, because the 1ZZ and the Wish uses a 1ZZ which is using the same engine as the Avensis, and that's one engine I can recommend to people, because since I know how the fuel consumptions is. So, and then one thing people always do is the mistake that us Botswana we always do is that we buy cars because of its price. No guys, stop that, because like I said, cars are tagged price because of all the conditions. We can say that conditions, because those Japanese cars, we don't know who has been using them, we don't know like that from a different condition. So effectively, one thing I recommend is service that car once you get it, once you buy it. Change suspensions, change pumps, the fuel pumps, oil pump, all the pumps in the car too. And then check if anything is running proper in the car. Just take the car to your mechanic and see if the car is in a good condition too. So too, one thing I want to finish off this video with is that there's one thing that us Botswana, it's like we look down on this Japanese and Singapore cars, this imports, the car, and we call them the imports. So Bafetu, those cars, one could ask if those cars are fake or not. Guys, to me, according to my research, the cars are local to me, because if you research about the Avensis, for say the Avensis, Camrys, and or you can name them, guys. Most of those cars that I've named here, the Ipsums, those cars to me are locals. The reason being that they share the same parts, the same engines as the cars that we call locals. Remember, our Avensis is a local. It's just the same engine with the Ranix, Wish. Those are cars that I remember at the moment, that I know they use the same engine, which is a 1ZZ engine. And then we have the Mark, is it the Mark II? Yeah, it's a Mark II. And it's a Mark II, guys. Which I think it uses if I'm correct, it uses this the 3S engine. And then we have the Mark X, which uses a 1JZ. 1JZ, if you go a 1JZ engine is one of the popular engines because of the 2JZ engine. So if you do stop saying these cars are fakes, because I did my research on the Avensis. It's a British car. The British designed the car, and then they exported some of the Avanzas that we drive here in Botswana to Japan. So guys, don't look down on those cars, and I recommend them, since I used to look down on them before I had the knowledge that I have. Even the Benz, the Mercedes and the BMWs that we get from them, from Japan and Singapore, they are the same BMWs and Mercedes that we use here in Botswana, Bafethu, that we call locals. That doesn't mean that the thing is that they got to, they're written in Japanese in their own language, but then we kind of like we have that mentality as Botswana that Chinese produce fake things. No, guys, they are OG things. So Bafethu, you guys can comment down below if you want me to clarify anything about these cars, about cars. Comment down below, I can answer you guys. So guys, I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. I hope you guys will give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, Bafethu. Don't forget to share for awareness, because someone out there wants to know the knowledge, wants to have a knowledge about these cars. So I had to stand up and make this content for you, Bafethu. I want you guys to understand the cars. You know, guys, it's hip, it's nice. You know, there's nothing that brings like warmth to my heart like to do this content for you guys, to bring content to you guys, and I want you guys to learn a lot about cars. So if you want to buy your car in Mogoditsani, if you want to buy your car in Durban, just walk into those dealerships and get your car. It's your car, you'll be driving it for yourself, not for people. Stop the mindset of thinking what people will see. You're driving the same car. You're driving the same car, because if you're driving the same Mercedes from Japan, but I did my research is that the car was designed for the Japanese market, and then we got to drive it. That's one thing that got me to research about the car, Bafethu. So Bafethu, my video ends here. I'd like to give a shout out to my boy once again for the studio, Bafethu. It's a nice one, Bafethu. It's a nice one. It's a nice one. Hope you guys are staying safe from Corona. The cases are still going up, but they're not local. Most of them are not local. So guys, we're a bit safe. So guys, once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for awareness, Bafethu. Let's help people out there. If you ain't living the Petrolhead life, what are you doing? Away.